Hi, today I'll tell you 3 places you should definitely visit if you have the chance to go to the British capital, London. Let's go to it. First, probably the most famous site in London, the Big Ben. It opened in 1859 and is built by the Palace of Westminster. It was actually being conserved from 2017 and it finally finished this year. I only lived in London until 2021, so I couldn't see the newly renovated Big Ben. That's very unfortunate. It chimes every hour, so you'll probably be able to hear it once if you get there. There's a New Year Day firework every year at the Big Ben, so check that out if you go there at the end of the year. The next place I'll show you is the Tower Bridge. It's sometimes mistaken for London Bridge, which is known for the song London Bridge is Falling Down. But London Bridge is the bridge next to Tower Bridge. Both crosses over River Thames, but Tower Bridge is far bigger. It opened in 1894 and is still present as a symbol of London. You need to pay £11.4 if you want to get inside of the bridge, so ready with that. Or if you want to enjoy the bridge from underneath, you can get on a boat. You'll be able to see the bridge move if you get on a big boat, but it doesn't move if it's a small boat. Finally, the museums. There's many in London, but the British Museum is undoubtedly the most famous. It covers 18.5 acres, equivalent to 9 football pitches. There are roughly 8 million collections, but only 80,000 collections can be shown at once. Now, I'll tell you 3 things you should definitely see when you go there. First, probably the most famous artifact in the museum, the Rosetta Stone. You can see it as soon as you get inside, as it's right in front of the entrance. Next, the Aztec serpent. It's a double-headed snake-like object. There's an aura about it that makes you want to see it every time you go to the museum. Finally, the Moai statue. It's a big statue which came from the Easter Island. It is huge and looks powerful. Well, that's it from me, and we'll move on to the city of Hong Kong.
Hong Kong is most famous for its night view. It is supposed to be one of the best in the world. You can enjoy it in several ways, from the peak, from the skyscrapers, or from the boat. The most popular way is from the boat. The view from the ocean is something you'll never forget. Hong Kong Disneyland is very popular among both tourists and locals. Although it is the smallest Disneyland in the world, you can enjoy the typical Disneyland and the original Hong Kong Disneyland. Inside the park, you can explore 7 lands. The Adventureland, the Grizzly Gulch, Toy Story Land, Fantasyland, Tomorrowland, Main Street USA, and Hong Kong Original Mystic Point. The next thing you want to do in Hong Kong is to go on the tram. Tram is a double-decker vehicle going around the Hong Kong Island. By hopping in the tram, you can enjoy almost everything you need to see in Hong Kong Island. If you want to, you can rent what is called a party tram. The tram will go around the same course as a normal tram, and you can host one of the best parties in your lifetime. The last thing is the food. Hong Kong is very famous for its original Chinese food. A lot of tourists think that Hong Kong and China's food is the same. However, there is a slight difference. The food in Hong Kong is called yum cha, and the most popular yum cha is the wonton noodle. The food is popular among both locals and tourists. You can enjoy this nearly everywhere in Hong Kong, but the most famous restaurant for wonton noodle is the Mac Noodles. It is a Michelin 1-star restaurant, and the food can explain you why. The size of the wonton is very big, and once it's inside your mouth will be full of taste.
Today I will be introducing you to the city of Atlanta. The metropolis is the capital of Georgia, a state in the US. It is located in the southern part of the country below Tennessee and above Florida. It is one of the biggest cities in America alongside Chicago, Los Angeles, Denver, and New York. While the city population may be 39th in all the cities of the US, the metro population is huge at 9th in the country with 6 million. This population is why Atlanta has the busiest airport in the US and the second busiest in the whole world, which is the Hartsfield Airport. Atlanta is home to Delta Airlines as well. There are a lot of museums and attractions in Atlanta, and one of which is the Georgia Aquarium. It is the biggest aquarium in America, and it has an exhibit with 6.3 million gallons of water with a whale shark inside. It has 5 sections in the aquarium, such as the Tropical River and Cold River Quest. Its refreshing atmosphere and cool temperatures are perfect for a hot summer day, and this is one of the places anyone should visit if planning a vacation to Atlanta. Adjacent to the Georgia Aquarium is the World of Coca-Cola Museum. Atlanta is where Coca-Cola was born, and this museum shows everything about the drink. You will be able to try the drinks made from the company such as Fanta, Sprite, and Mountain Dew. Last but not least, National Center of Civil and Human Rights is a museum of the Black rights movements. Atlanta is where Martin Luther King Jr. was born, and he was one of the main leaders during the civil rights movements. All of his acts and speeches played an essential part in changing the world. That sums up the main attractions of Atlanta, and as you can tell, this city is truly beautiful. It hides behind the shadows of New York and LA, but Atlanta has its own charm. Visiting the metropolis will for sure be a great experience.
New York has one of the biggest and modern cities in the world. This state has many fascinating buildings and sites with historical backgrounds that follow. Today I will introduce you some of the symbolic sites of New York. First, the Statue of Liberty, one of the most iconic sites in New York. It is a well-known world-famous architecture which was gifted from France to symbolize independence of America and still remains the world's symbol of freedom. It is loved by local New Yorkers, and you can go on a ferry to go to Liberty Island where the statue is located to see it up close. Second, the Central Park. This park located in the city center is one of the things which makes New York City so beautiful and livable. In this huge park, not only can you experience nature, but there are also many free attractions and entertainments that everyone can enjoy all year round. On winter, you can even experience ice skating on the Bowman Ring. This park plays an important role in many New Yorkers' everyday life. Last but not least, the Times Square. Formerly named Longacre Square, it is the site of the annual New Year's Eve ball drop, which began on December 31, 1907, and continues to attract over 1 million visitors to Times Square every year. Along with the colorful commercials, the streets have shops and stores that are rich in variety, and it is another charm. Many tourists come here to shop, eat, and watch plays in the Broadway Theater.